Module 3, Bringing in the Data. Now we're going to look at the data that you'll be using for the exercises in georeferencing. But first, we have to grab that data from the Geography Department server, which is called Splinter. The way we do that is the way that you probably would do it on your home computer or a networked computer in your department. You open the first window, and apologies to Mac users, all of our references are going to be to PCs, but I'll leave you to navigate in your own native terms if you do this at home later. Anyway, you open the window and click in the URL bar at the top, and for the Geography Department server called Splinter, you type // that's the universal cue to a computer to look for a server, and type in Splinter /GG_projects and /Kress, and you've been noticing already it's self-filling because I've been doing it on this computer before just to be sure things work. Anyway, we connect to that folder. What we've just done is called mapping a network drive. We've just mapped the computer to that folder so that we can retrieve data from it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is probably the single most important thing in all of this video demo. I'm going to urge you always to copy the original data and put it on your local computer. Rather than working from the file of original data, always work with copies. This saves all kinds of heartache because inevitably you will make some kind of mistake, or you'll delete something, or you'll change the data. You always want to be able to go back to the original data for whatever you're working on. So how are we going to do that? I'd like you to go down to the AK GeoRef demo folder, right-click, copy, and then we're going to paste it onto the desktop. Paste, and the folder has been copied. Then you can close the Kress.Institute folder on Splinter because now we have a complete copy of the data we're going to be using. I like to keep my desktop a little tidy, so I move it down here, and let's take a look, see what data we're going to be working with. First, we have the Bonner map, familiar from a previous module. You can double-click on that. Yes, that's our old friend Bonner. That's the map we're going to be georeferencing. If you look further down the list, you start getting into a whole bunch of files with the same name, but a different suffix after the little period. DBF, PRJ, SBN, SHP, and so forth. These are clues to the fact that these are GIS files. GIS reads data from a number of files that tell the computer different aspects, different kinds of information about the data itself. So DBF is going to be a database with attributes. PRJ means project. SHP means shapefile, where the information is geolocated, and so forth. You'll become familiar with these data structures and these file names the more you work with GIS. We have Boston Hydro, which is hydrographic data. We have satellite imagery, and we have towns. Maddie, I have to get a phone call, so there'll be a little lull here. And now I'm resuming. We have census information. The folder also contains roads. For your information, the abbreviation EOT stands for Executive Office of Transportation. That's the Massachusetts bureau that handles all matters to do with roads. We also have a couple of other maps of Boston besides the Bonner map. A map produced in 1865 of railroads in and around Boston. I've also included a map from 1855 that shows the early plans for laying out the Back Bay area. We have a 1946 U.S. Geological Survey map of downtown Boston and the neighborhoods nearby, and a 1903 U.S. Geological Survey map. I've included these partly to show you the range of maps, the beginning of a long range of maps for any city that you can find that can be really interesting to study and compare and to teach with. But I also wanted to include examples other than the Bonner map in case you want to practice georeferencing with the same reference layers.